This episode is brought to you by Starry. When you drink Starry Lemon Lime Soda, every sip is a win. Perfect for game time or anytime. It's a crisp, refreshing lemon lime soda that's caffeine-free and bursting with flavor that makes you go, ah. Starry hits different. Find it in stores or online today.
Hello, welcome to Unequal Sequel.
Extra.
It's another Friday. Wow, that sounded so damn, wasn't it? When I was like, it's another Friday.
Nine is another Friday. It's Good Friday.
Oh yeah, I'm actually not at work today when this is out. Yes, I keep forgetting that's happening.
Not great Friday, not brilliant Friday, just Good Friday.
It's better than average Friday, I guess.
Yeah, you get a day off. It's got to be better than average.
Hopefully you'll listen to this in bed or whatever you do on a Friday morning when you've not got work or nothing else to do.
Eating hot cross buns.
Or you might be listening to it on Saturday. Has that got a name? Savoury Saturday? Sweet
Easter
Sunday?
Saturday, I think, isn't it? I don't know. Yeah, it's just Easter Saturday.
And what's Monday? Is that just Easter Monday?
Easter Monday, yeah.
Okay. Right. Well, if you're listening to across that weekend, the 4-day weekend we have in the UK, yeah, thank you. We are going to be talking about John Wick 4. Yes, John Wick 4. It's been out for a couple of weeks at this point. So I'm just going to say it from the top. We are going to be delving into spoilers and plot points, anything like that. Basically anything we want to talk about John Wick 4 and 3, 2 and 1 probably.
Gonna be spoilery.
Yeah. So if you haven't watched any of the John Wick films, then stop listening and go watch the John Wick films.
I don't think I've seen 3.
Or if you don't care, like Rich seems, carry on listening. And
I thought I had seen 3 until I watched 4, and then I was like, I think I've missed a bit.
Yeah, because they all start where the last one ends, pretty much.
Yeah. I thought I'd seen 3. Then I started watching 4 and thought, I don't think I've seen 3. So maybe I'll go back and watch 3 tonight. Okay.
Well, let's do the synopsis on this one, and then you can ask me any questions you think you might, like, things you're missing. Okay?
Okay.
So let's go.
The thing with John Wick is it does like to chuck in some lore, doesn't it? Like some new lore that's just been, lobbed in there.
It's one of the things I don't enjoy about John Wick.
And I was, the
ever-changing rule book.
I wasn't sure if this was just new stuff that had been lobbed in or whether this had been in 3 or not. Okay. So John Wick is on the run from the high table, which doesn't sound very sinister. Like, I'm not sure what that's all about.
Right.
He's like, he's on the run forever, basically, isn't he? Permanently on the run. And I'm guessing that's got something to do with
yes.
3.
From the first one, basically.
Yeah.
Keep going. You're doing well.
So and I think he's out to basically kill all of the high table, isn't he? That's his plan.
I love that you haven't seen 3, so you have no idea what you're talking about. Correct?
No, I don't. I'm just getting it from 4. And so he kills a dude at the start of the movie. Who I'm guessing he kills at the end of 3. Maybe?
Different dude in 3, but yes, there's a dude in the desert.
Yeah. So he kills a dude in the desert who I thought was probably one of the high table.
He's the head of the high table. He's like,
oh, is he? Okay.
Yes.
So the rest of the high table get nervous and they employ a weird French dude called the Marquis to like hunt him down, played by one of the Sarsgaard brothers. I can't remember which one.
Bill.
Right, yeah. I know there's one of them.
Yeah.
And he's psychopathically tries to kill John Wick in the style that only John Wick can, with lots and lots of bullets. And they end up having arranging to have a duel.
They do.
Other things happen, including the Marquis guy hiring Donnie Yen, who's a blind assassin, to try and kill John Wick. I say hiring, kind of dragging out of retirement.
kicking and screaming. He
essentially.
doesn't want to be there.
He doesn't want to be there. No, he's a friend of John Wick. I say friend in inverted commas because they're all of John Wick's friends also seem to try and kill him.
Yeah,
at one
about
point.
to say everyone who likes John Wick always seems to try and kill John Wick.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. And
Did I miss loads out there?
You missed a bit about Winston, how the Continental gets blown up in the beginning because of his...
Yeah, because I didn't really understand that.
Okay, so in the third one,
right,
the repercussions of John Wick 2 come back and bite everyone on the arse, which includes Lawrence Fishburne's character. You might have noticed he's all scarred up in this one.
Yes, I did notice that, and I wasn't sure if he was like that always, but
no, that happens in the third one.
Right.
Basically, the Ofsted comes in. It's not the Ofsted, but it's the High Tables version of the Ofsted.
I love that. Ofsted for murderers.
They come in and they do like an Ofsted inspection of the Continental and the Bowery, and then shit goes down.
Okay.
And then there's repercussions at the end of John Wick that the Winston. I don't want to. Well, I'm going to ruin it. He shoots John Wick, and that.
Well, they say that in this movie, and that's how I realised I hadn't seen 3.
He survives a very high fall again. This man is invincible.
Yeah, it would seem that John Wick can fall off of anything and not die.
It's amazing.
He literally falls like 8 stories and lands on a car, like a van in this one, and just gets up.
The fall in the third one's even more ridiculous than that, I would say. But that's why at the end, at the beginning of the fourth one, he's all pretty much bruised and battered, and he's back training. And Lawrence Fishburne's character's like, "Are you ready to go again?" And then nearly
he's
3
like
hours
the
later,
Terminator.
He is like the Terminator. And then 3 hours later, we get to the end. Now, how are you? John Wick films, do you find them fun? As you haven't seen the third one. I mean, you've got a check of history here somewhere.
So, here's the thing. I'd never watched a John Wick movie until we had to do it for the Dominic Diamond episode.
Worst ever episode.
Yeah, so his worst sequel was John Wick 2.
Crazy.
So, I watched 1 and 2. I didn't think John Wick 2 was that bad.
It's not, Rich. It's actually very good.
I liked John Wick 1 way more than I thought I would. However... So what you'll know about me by now is what I really love about movies is lots of witty dialogue and clever plot. Neither of which you get in a John Wick movie, because I'm pretty sure in this movie Keanu Reeves says no more than 50 words, and 40 of those are yeah. I think someone counted it. It was 38 words. Wow,
or something like that. He doesn't say as much in this film, and people are angry that he got paid so much money, but he did a lot of work in this film.
Earns his money.
He
definitely earns his money.
Of people.
Oh yeah. So the first John Wick movie was different and fresh, and I enjoyed it. And the second one I thought was all right, but a bit verging on the same.
Well, the second one they tried to get more lore into it, more.
Yeah, and the lore is just they're trying to. Feels like the lore is shoehorned in. The third one I haven't seen yet. I thought I had, but I haven't. And this one is very long, but so brilliantly shot that I don't think I noticed.
Okay.
And
well, that's good.
It's definitely not my kind of movie. Like, it's definitely, if someone said to me like John Wick 4 is my favourite movie, I'd be like, oh, okay. But I can see why people like it, and it's really well put together.
Oh, the action scenes are just put together so well. It's just quality action scene after quality action scene.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Yeah,
it is. Like, there is a story in there somewhere, but
vaguely. John Wick's got to kill everyone, and 4 million people are trying to kill him. That's basically what it feels like.
I mean, everyone's an assassin, aren't they, at this point?
Yeah. It's like literally half the population of the world are assassins and trying to kill John Wick.
Yeah.
There's a bit going up some steps in France where I swear to God he must kill half the population of Paris. Like, it's ridiculous.
What was your favourite action scene? Was it the stairs, or was
I think it probably was.
Was it the roundabout, or was it
mainly
Japan?
Because oh my God, actually all of those are very good. The Arc de Triomphe is very good, like you say, the roundabout, and the stairs. I love that you called the Arc de Triomphe a roundabout.
It pretty much is a roundabout.
But the stairs I really like This is going to sound really silly, but when I was a kid, I was about 2 years old. I fell down the stairs in the big Marks and Spencers in the town where we lived,
Right.
and the stairs had like little landings on them. And my mum always tells a story of how I fell down these stairs and it kept rolling on the landings and going down the next lot, and rolling and going down the next lot. And like that just reminded me of John Wick, because he basically falls down the stairs and you think, okay, he's got to a flat bit, but he keeps going. He falls down some more. That guy must fall down so many stairs.
Well, I've walked up those stairs to Sackler.
Oh, have you?
And I can tell you I was knackered while not killing a lot of people.
Also, did you fall down them 15
no,
times?
I didn't. I walked up them, and then you can notice there's like a conveyor belt, like a little thing that takes people up and down, and you think, oh, where was that at the bottom? Why didn't I see that? That's annoying, but it's beautiful up there. Right.
Yeah. It's a bit kind of Rocky-esque with all the steps.
A lot of steps, a lot of killing. I'm going to tell you now, Rich, I went to the toilet twice in this film.
I didn't go to the toilet once.
Wow. Well, I must have been... You must have... I went for a big run before I went to watch this, and then I drank lots of water, and then that water decided it wanted to come out of me.
Well, the thing is, once you've got your diabetes under control, you don't need to pee so much, it turns out.
Wow, man, maybe I should get that under control then.
I was peeing a lot because I had undiagnosed type 1 diabetes, hence having to go to the toilet loads of times whilst watching movies.
Yeah. But not anymore.
Not anymore.
Just me who did that.
I went through the whole movie, whole 3 hours, no pee breaks.
Did you stay to the end credit?
No. You told me there was an end credit thing. I looked it up on the internet. I thought that's not worth staying for.
It's basically no. It does. People are like, oh, it might link onto a 5th John Wick film. It won't. I don't. Well,
it could be a spin-off, but it can't be another John Wick film, can it? Like,
well, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that in spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers, guys. I loved the first 40 minutes. I'm going to say the whole Japan bit. Like seeing the Japan Continental, the way that was shot, the colours, the fight scenes. I was like, oh my, and God, and the casting of all the other characters in that bit's really good. I can't pronounce the guy who is the manager of the Continental, but he's in many other films. Recently, Bullet Train. Hiroki San. I don't want to insult anyone, so it's best I don't.
You are. I mean. Don't worry, you will get it wrong, I'm sure. But I think it's Sanada, isn't it?
Sanada.
Hiroyuki Sanada.
Wow. Yeah. He was brilliant. I thought, I can't... Because he's been in a lot of good films.
And you know who else is brilliant?
Go on.
Motherfucking Donnie Yen.
Donnie Yen.
Like, that guy is in his 60s. 60s!
Is he?
Look at him. Yeah.
Playing another blind man who kicks
Playing
ass.
a blind man. He's so good at a blind man, isn't he?
He is. His political views are questionable, apparently, but he's a...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But he plays that role very well. The fight scenes when when anyone's fighting is great. There's a scene, a shoot 'em up, I think it's in Paris, when they film it from above.
Yeah, that's in Paris.
Got this massive, I
think that's in Paris. Yeah, that's in Paris, I think.
Shotgun with massive bullets and sets people alight. And when they shoot that from above... It's like a video game, and it's awesome. I really enjoyed John Wick 4. I think, no surprise, I think it's too long.
Yeah, it is very long. But I didn't find myself checking my watch, mainly because it's like, I guess it's just action into action into action, so you don't have time to think. Like, there's
but could the action been slightly shorter on a few of the films?
Yeah, loads.
Well, that's good. We agree on that.
It gets quite samey, I guess, by the end. Like, not that the scenes are the same, but, like, it's just more John Wick killing people.
Shooting someone in the foot, they look down, he shoots them in the head.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
But the fight scenes and the way Keanu Reeves moves, and that's filmed, it's different class. You've probably... it's very... Have you seen something like that before? Keanu Reeves and Chad, the director, are now making films in, like, the way Tom Cruise is making that kind of Mission Impossible action, like, stuff you've never seen before, and it's so grounded kind of thing, believable.
I mean, hang on. Hang on.
That fight is just awesome.
He's got a Kevlar suit that seems to infinitely block bullets.
But there's no like Liam Neeson cut 15 times jumping over a fence kind of thing.
No. I mean, the stunt work looks.
You can see a lot of work and stunt work's gone into that.
But
and a lot
deflecting
of that is
bullets with your suit jacket, not believable.
Well, that's where the world of John Wick really opens up. And I'm still not quite sure. I mean, we've met the head of the high table. He's dead now. But I'm still not quite sure who's running the show. I mean, you see a guy called the Harbinger, who's played by Clarence Brown, who is the Kurgan from Highlander. So I was very excited when he popped up.
Yeah, and he's not in charge though, is he? He's more like making sure the rule. He's like the chief Ofsted inspector.
No, you met the chief. You met the chief Ofsted inspector in the last.
Oh right,
film.
okay.
Yeah, this is like a government, like a Grant Chap's idiot kind of thing. Head of transport.
Okay. I love that you compared him to Grant Chaps.
It's the only stupid government name I could think. And he hangs around, that fucking idiot.
Oh God.
But I still don't really understand. You know, I wanted to see more of the high table. I wanted to see more about that.
Yeah, you didn't get any of that, did you? Like, who are the high table?
We still don't know.
And also, there's a lot of what made me laugh a lot that I'm not supposed to be laughing at is that they kept saying we're all under the table. I was like, why are you under the table? Get out from under the table! Come on!
You can't get out from under the table. John Wick got out from under the table, and then he went back under the table.
He had to get back under the table. I'm like, fucking hell. Why are you hiding under the table? What's going on? So, 1980s nuclear war preparation video. Like, in the event of the nuclear war siren, hide under the table.
And then we got the marquee guy. How did you like his French accent?
I didn't realise he was French for about an hour and a half.
Oh, that sounds about right. That's once in a while he leans really into the accent, and then sometimes he just. I don't think he barely.
I thought he had a speech impediment. I thought he had like saying his R's as W's, but maybe that was his bad French accent.
It didn't make him any less scary. It just made it a bit odd once in a while.
I think it was a little bit like, not exactly the same, obviously, because he's more sinister, but he felt a bit like Alfie Allen's character in the first John Wick.
Yes, I could see that.
Like kind of bratty.
Yeah.
Like getting other people to do his dirty work for him and then getting his comeuppance at the end.
And he does die very cleverly in a duel, in a duel at dawn. Five bullets, 10 paces, move closer. And at the end, John Wick dies. Or quotation.
Well,
dies.
Spoilers.
Look, this whole thing, it's been building to this. He was never going to get away with this.
No. I
don't think. But this film has now made a ridiculous amount of money. It's the best.
I thought you were going to say, but in the cutscene, just like Shazam, he rises from the grave. He doesn't. I'm making that up. If you've not seen it,
there was a point when they show his grave, and I thought he's not going to come out of that, is he?
Yeah, he's not going to sit up. No, he's dead.
Do you think he's dead? There's no way you think this has now made a lot of money. It's a strong franchise.
I hope he's dead. Otherwise, why didn't he fake his death before? Like, I can see like he might fake his death to get away from the high table, but why didn't he do that before then?
Let me think. Because this was the best opportunity to fake his death. There's only him and.
This is the first time he's actually been shot by anyone.
I know he's been shot.
Bulletproof
stabbed.
Kevlar suit has saved him.
I'm pretty sure he's been shot in the last 3 films.
Yeah, I know.
Mainly in the first film and the second film.
Yeah, I'm joking. It's all right.
But I think there's quite a demand for a John Wick 5 now. I liked the ending of this. Probably. I liked how he's like to Winston, can you take me home? And he's like, yes. We all knew what that meant then. And then he saw the sunrise.
Yeah. There's foreshadowing at the start where he says what he wants written on his gravestone, isn't there?
loving husband. Now, I'm sure he was a great husband, but he was also a fantastic assassin. But I suppose you can't put that on a gravestone. Loving husband, best assassin ever.
What I think you have lost from the first one to this one is that sense of, oh shit. Like, like in the first one, it's basically the baddies all going, oh yeah, we killed this guy's dog. And then someone going, you realise that's John Wick, right?
Yeah.
And them going, oh fuck. Like, everyone being like, oh, he's coming now. Whereas this one, like, everyone's like, oh, we're just going to try and kill him anyway, even though we know he's going to kill us. There's none of the oh fuck factor.
Do you like that whole he's invincible angle? Like, or do you think that went on for far too long? I
think that went on for far too long in this movie, of him being invincible. I like the first one so much because it's bullies getting their comeuppance essentially, whereas this just feels like it's too like he's it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel like they're stupid bullies who've tried to hurt someone and got their comeuppance. This kind of feels like it's, I don't know. It doesn't feel like revenge anymore. I know it is, but.
They could just leave him alone, and that would stop everything.
Exactly. They could just be like, well, yeah.
Like, all he wants to do is stop.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
The high table were just like, okay, we've lost high numbers here. I mean, half the world's population's probably been shot in the last... of the Assassin's Order being wiped out.
There's no more world hunger because you've killed half of everyone. You've Thanos'd everybody.
Yeah.
With
How about
John Wick.
we just don't kill him? How about we just let him go home for a bit?
Yeah, yeah.
But there's always, rules is a big part.
Rules is a big part, isn't it?
They love living without rules. I can't remember.
And also, like, new rules every 10 minutes. Like someone goes, hang on a minute, there's an ancient rule that says this. Like, I was like, that's convenient.
Your family sits at the table, and then I was worried that it was going to be, he's going to have a sister, and it wasn't a sister. It was just that where he was raised from an orphan. You see more of that in the third one. And there is a spin-off film coming next year called The Ballerina, or just Ballerina, which will look at not his upbringing, but that world.
Okay.
And there's also a spin-off TV series called The Continental coming up, which The Ballerina has Keanu Reeves in it for a bit as John Wick. So it's between 3 and 4.
Okay.
The Continental has no Winston or Keanu Reeves as John Wick. It's about the Continental, I think. I think.
And that's a prequel, is it? Or
who knows? But they're not going to let this franchise die, Rich.
I think the Continental is kind of the most interesting bit about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
I like
of a
the
hotel
rules
for
around the
assassins.
Continental.
Yeah. That makes I like that. I don't know. It feels very convoluted in places for a very simple movie.
What was simple about the first one? Yes. You thought it was just like it was just set in America kind of thing, and there are these certain rules that you can't kill on Continental. And
this is not a complicated plot, really. It shouldn't be a complicated plot. John Wick wants to kill everyone. Everyone's trying to kill John Wick before he kills them.
So the guy with the dog.
No, not hard. Yeah, guy with the dog, yeah.
Needed or not needed?
I think I found him quite strange.
I missed the bit, because I was in the toilet, when he introduces himself to John Wick, and I had to ask Tiff, what was that about? And he was like, I was just saying, I respect you, and I'm not going to kill you until the bounty is ridiculously high.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. He's basically just trying to kill everyone else so John Wick lives longer, so the bounty goes up, but then he decides he's not going to kill him anyway.
Because he respects him, because he saved his dog?
I guess because he saved his dog? Which, of course, John Wick saved his dog. Come on, it's John Wick.
John Wick loves saving
He likes dogs more than people. Like, which, is fair.
That is fair. Would you keep him in the film? Would you have got rid of that storyline? Do you think?
I mean, I don't think he was bad.
No, I'm not saying he's bad. Absolutely not. I thought it was great. Some of the action was good. I like the dog stuff.
Yeah, I think I quite like the actor. I think he was really. I don't recognise him. I don't know him from anything else. I don't know what his name is or anything, but I quite liked him. I thought it was a good part. I think he played it really well, and yeah, someone very watchable. Somebody I'd want to watch again. But in terms of the character being necessary to the story, Not really.
Because the plot is basically everyone wants to kill John Wick.
Yeah.
And then John Wick has to find a way of getting out of that.
To get killed, yeah.
But the places they go, like the Japan stuff, was fantastic. And then it's back and forth a little bit. I'm not quite sure how he travels.
Yeah, I mean, does he go to Germany at one point? I swear he goes from France to Germany and then back to France again. The big guy with the gold teeth in the nightclub, isn't that Germany?
Oh, maybe. Maybe.
I swear he sounded German.
Well, no, it doesn't mean he... I don't know if he's German. He's, okay. Scott Atkins.
He's wearing a fat suit, right?
He's wearing yes.
He looked like he was wearing a fat suit. Yeah.
He's done a lot of martial arts films.
Okay.
He's a very good fighter.
Right.
His name is Killer. And it's a very good fight scene after that as well. And I would say the water is really cool.
Yeah. That is cool. And
some card tricks. But I don't know if he went to... I don't think it's in France, though. You're right.
To me, it felt like it was Germany, and then I was like, "Oh, techno club, of course it's Germany."
Yeah, you were Berlin. Yeah.
Do that. Yeah. They always do that kind of thing.
And then they go back to Paris. And what we couldn't understand is why couldn't they drop John off closer to the end point?
And also, all his family. Yeah. Why couldn't they drop him off closer?
Winston was there at the end, sat there.
Yeah. He was. That's a good point. But also, like, his family are all in Paris, right? His family, in inverted commas, are in Paris. But they're all Russian?
No, they're not in Paris. They're in New York.
So he goes back to New York.
So he starts...
that church is in New York?
I think so, yeah.
So he goes... So he's in Paris and he goes back to New York?
He starts in the Middle East. He doesn't go to Paris until after he gets accepted back into the family.
Oh, okay.
So he starts in the Middle East, then he goes back.
Yeah. Then he goes to New York.
Does he go to New York?
No. He goes to Japan, doesn't he?
He goes to Middle East, Japan.
We go to New York, but he doesn't. Like, because we go to the Continental, don't we?
He goes back to New York because he has to talk to Winston.
Right.
At the grave of Sharon, who gets
kissed. Yeah. Well, yeah, he does. So he goes back to New York before Japan then?
No, I think New York's after Japan.
But the New York Continental getting destroyed is before Japan.
You're right. That does get destroyed.
So we go to New York before
Japan. But I'm not
That's
talking about us. I'm talking about John.
Okay, right, okay.
I don't care where I travel. I'm not doing the work.
So then he goes from Japan to New York to see his family.
And Winston gives him the idea of getting back and saying this guy after you.
He goes from there to Paris? Or there to Germany?
Oh yeah, somewhere because he has to.
Because he goes from there to kill the guy in the fat suit,
and then he has to prove that to the woman.
So he has to go back to New York again.
Seriously, I've got to watch this film again. You watched it last night and you're confused. Have I confused you?
I haven't got a clue. I thought his family were in Paris, despite all being Russian.
Well, they're all
Russian guy. The Russian guy takes him to the guy with the fat suit, doesn't he? The I Am Groot guy. It's not I Am Groot, but it's all he says, isn't it?
Yeah.
I am Sergey or whatever it is.
I should have watched it closer. Maybe I was in the toilet again.
This is the other reason I thought it was German, because I swear he's got an SS tattoo on his face.
Maybe. So anyway, but if that does happen, and he is from New York, where he gets the idea from Winston about the family, then he goes back to Europe. Yeah. And then he goes back to
somewhere in Europe,
the club back, and then back to Paris. And then we finally finish at the top of Sacre-Cœur.
Yeah. I'm not. Either way, ends in Paris, and he definitely goes to Japan.
But does that all matter? Because
no, I don't think it does matter.
It
didn't matter when I was watching it.
Yeah. Why are you watching a John Wick film? It's to see John Wick do cool things with a gun, right?
Yeah.
It looks like the cinematography and the sound and everything looks incredible.
Amazing, absolutely incredible. Would I go and watch it again? No, I wouldn't.
You see, I think I would. I'm very much looking forward to watching this again.
Oh, okay.
Partially because I spent most of it in the toilet. But it reminded me like epic action, like the Raid 2. That kind of.
I've not seen the Raid or the Raid 2.
Oh, Rich, you're going to have to watch the Raid 2. It's so good as I see. I can't believe no one's actually picked it on our podcast. I'm actually a little bit annoyed. I've got it sitting there on Blu-ray, waiting for that moment. Literally, I was like, someone's going to pick this soon, and then I'll watch you. I can watch Raid 1 and Raid 2, and I'll have an excuse. And I'll go to the wife, I've got to watch these films. It's for the podcast. But so far, it hasn't happened yet. But it's like this really, I would say, unique version of action that's like smart, sexy, sleek, and not just stupid. Not like an Expendables film or something like that.
It's not stupid, but it's also not. Yeah, I don't know. It's not stupid, but it's also not very clever. Like it's also very kind
clever,
of. It does try.
But it doesn't matter in the end of the day. I don't think.
No, you're right. It doesn't matter. It's just not for. It's just not my.
It's good in cinema, though. It's good on big screen.
It's great in the cinema. I would definitely suggest people watch it in the cinema if you haven't seen it already. It's just not my type of thing. That doesn't mean it's not good. I can appreciate why people are loving this. And I've seen lots of 5 stars and stuff going on for this movie. People have absolutely loved it. And I can see that, but it ain't for me.
I was about to ask you where it sits in your John Wick ranking, but as you haven't seen the third one, I won't. But I think this
not as good as 1.
I think John Wick, same as you. I think it was fresh, it was slick, it was something new. It was so cool.
When I watched the first one, I was really genuinely surprised.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't expecting it to be anything.
Well, I knew what was coming because I've been waiting for that film for ages. Because in America, it got released. And then in UK, we just got trailers and these reports from America saying Keanu Reeves is back and he's doing these amazing things. And the trailer for the first one's really cool. By the way, the promotion for this work is really good. Some of the trailers I just rewatched, really good.
I mean, the poster for John Wick 4 is great. Like, it's him in a suit and his tie is like an hourglass. I think that's really cool.
Keanu Reeves
it's really cool.
Fantastic in this role as well. In his 38 words.
Yeah.
I would say about 10 of them are him saying yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of yeahs. But look, to put it in context, movies that I could watch again and again are things like, I really like Moneyball, for example. I could watch that for just over and over again, quite happily. And
you could watch any Alan Sorkin film over and over.
I could watch any Aaron Sorkin movie over and over again.
Did I call him Alan or Aaron then?
You called him Alan, yeah. he's a bloke from the pub, old Alan Sorkin.
Alan Sorkin. I was kidding about him and Alan Arkin muddled up.
I could watch Aaron Sorkin movies over and over again, but I just, if I'm flicking through like Netflix and I don't know what to watch, and Moneyball pops up, I'm like, oh well, might as well just watch that then.
That's so weird because that's not a film you can turn your brain off and watch. There's a lot.
No, I don't like turning my brain off and watching. Like, that's not me.
Oh, I'm different. I very much like to watch people get punched and kicked stupidly, and I can
appreciate that. And this absolutely, but
fills that quota. And I think the best thing about it is Donnie Yen.
Donnie Yen is great. I'm not going to lie. He is really cool.
I think the first 40 minutes is better. I love the build up, and I loved you seeing different. I
would happily watch a Donnie Yen prequel.
Yeah, I love that they were giving more room for other characters to breathe. Because a lot of the other films, it is mainly John Wick. And there's nothing wrong with that. But they talk about this world so much, all the rules and regulations. And it was just nice to see a little bit of other people living in that world. I do think after Japan, it stops doing that again. And then there's just... That's me shooting.
I thought you'd had a trouser accident.
I think the beginning hour's great. I think the last 40 minutes is great. As in, the roundabout, the Arc de Triomphe roundabout onwards.
Yeah.
Between Japan and that, I say they could do a little bit of an edit and tighten it up a little bit. But saying that, I enjoyed the bits in between. Like I just thought I really like that bit and I really like that bit.
You probably didn't need the bit in the club with the big. I know it was reasonably cool, but you probably didn't need that, did you?
No,
you probably have cut that whole bit out, really.
Possibly, yes. Yeah, that would be. But I thought it was a good fight. I thought it was all again in the water and the rain.
It's more John Wick getting thrown off high stuff and it not actually hurting
him. I thought it was great. If you ask me, out of the 4, 1 best, I would put this the second best. Then I would put 2, and then I would put 3.
Okay. I've not seen 3, but I would put this second, probably.
Yeah.
Just because I didn't get bored. You know, and normally when it's a full-out action movie like this, I do get bored.
And that's great. Well, because there's more than just full-out action. It looks great. That's what I'm trying to...
I was marvelling at how it was shot, I think, more than anything. I was sat in the cinema going, wow, these shots are really cool.
I think there'd be smarter men than us out there, and women.
People.
Smarter people out there who will know more nods about action cinema and, you know, the samurai stuff, like the Blind Samurai, and the little nods to action and whatever, and homages.
Yeah, there were a few bits where Donnie Yen verged on the kind of superhero, though, with his, you know, how did he know what was on the cards when they're playing cards?
He cheated, I'm not quite sure. Braille? Does card have Braille?
Braille cards. That was quite cool, where he runs his finger across the Braille that the guy gives him, and it reads out like
John Wick.
Where it just sort of goes, doesn't it? And then he's like, John Wick.
Yeah, cool. So, what didn't you like about it? Because normally we go negatives and then we forget about the positives. But this one,
we sort of have done the negatives a little bit. Really, it's kind of ridiculous. Like it's like storyline wise, it's just really daft. And they keep adding lore every 10 minutes that just conveniently solves their plot holes and generates motivation just by going, oh no, hang on, there's this rule.
Yeah, don't think about that rule. Do you think if you haven't seen other John Wick films or you don't like other John Wick films?
Oh God, no, you're not going to like this.
Not going to like this, are you?
No.
And I know you've missed 3, but at least you've seen 1 and 2 to kind of set up the rules. It'd be interesting to see someone who hasn't watched any John Wicks. I think they enjoy the action, don't get me wrong, but they'd be like, what? Who's that? What's the rule?
What? Yeah, true. Yeah, I can see that. And yeah, I sort of bored of John Wick, really. I think you're right, and like the other characters are more interesting.
I really enjoyed that.
I'd happily watch the Donnie Yen prequel. You know, I'd happily watch kind of like some of the other characters in there, like the Mr. Nobody or whatever his name is. He doesn't have a character name, does he? The tracker guy.
Yeah, just called Nobody.
Yeah, I'd happily watch a movie about him, I think.
I think we're going to get offsprings of this now. Like I said, I don't think this franchise will end. I think they've put too much hard work into the world building. And to be fair, this is the 4th movie in 10 years, 11 years since 2012, the first one. So they fit quite a few films into that period. True.
But they don't. I mean, it's not like they take a lot of writing. I don't expect. Like quite a lot of making.
Hey, you got to make up new rules up.
True. There's not a lot I didn't like, to be honest. It was reasonably fun. And I know I've said like it's not my kind of movie, but you know there wasn't a lot about it that I didn't. You know, I wasn't looking at my watch. I wasn't bored. I wasn't like nodding off, which I thought I might because I watched it quite late at night.
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did, not realising it was 3 hours long. Like I booked my ticket and then I messaged Dave and I was like, I'm going at 20:08. And I was like, with half an hour of trailers, that's going to be midnight before I get home.
Brilliant. That's what you want on a Sunday. Unequal sequel ratings, please, Richard.
Well, I've not seen 3, so I don't know if it's unequal or not. But from what you've said, sounds like it is, because it sounds like it's better than 3. But I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's unequal in a good way from 3 and 2, not as cool as 1, but it's pretty cool. I enjoyed it. Did I enjoy it as much as I thought? I always go into John Wick films.
Would you recommend people watch 1 and then just skip 2 and 3 and go to 4?
No.
No.
There's a lot of world building in 2 and 3. I'm afraid.
Okay.
I think this is a good. I thought it was a really strong trilogy, and now it's a strong quadrilogy. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with it now. Like I said, I always go into John Wick films more hyped than I should be, I think.
Yeah. And I do like the fact they killed him off at the end.
Brave.
They don't always kill the hero. It's brave. However, I also think they left it open enough that he might be faking his death.
Yes, there is that possibility. And there's a few ways they can go off on the world. What rating would you give it?
So
out of 7.
I think it's strong.
Strong this year. Strong
in terms of like visuals. So I think it's probably 5.5 for me.
That's
Again,
strong.
bearing in mind that it's just not my type of movie. So that's a personal kind of reaction.
I would be pushing it. If you're a 5.5, I would have to say 6 because I think I enjoyed it more than you.
Yeah, probably. It's more your type of thing, isn't it?
Easily more my kind.
I know how you love a big dumb movie, and
what I'm trying to think is that I don't think. Yes, the storyline is pretty dumb, but this seems not that dumb. I can't explain. You know what I mean?
It's not shot like a big.
You can see where they put the
it?
money.
It's not a Roland Emmerich movie.
Yeah, you can see they made it for their budget. And I don't think John Wick budgets are crazy. I think they put everything on screen.
It's clever. It's very clever. The way it's shot is very clever. So it could never be a big dumb movie because there's too much thought goes into how it looks, but there just isn't enough dialogue. For me.
The only problem with me, I would say, really, is the length.
Yeah, it is too long.
I don't think this needs to be 2 hours 54, whatever it was.
Yeah. It was,
mate, I reckon somewhere in there is a 2 hour 20, 2 hour 30, lovely film. I think if you go to 2 hours, it might be a bit cut too much
short.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
hard to please. But yeah, I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah, let us know what you thought. If you're listening and you think John Wick 4 was the best movie you've ever seen, which I know a lot of people do. So let us know. Get on Twitter @unequalsequel or Instagram @unequalsequel. I mean, if Twitter hasn't imploded by now, it's on its way. I noticed all the blue ticks have gone now unless you pay for them. So.
Have they gone?
They've gone now.
Oh, that must be today. Let me check.
Yeah.
Because yesterday they did a weird thing of like, you could be certified or a blue tick, and it was like, I don't want to be even associated with that. Oh, God. Karen, sorry.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Anyway, so if Twitter still exists, then we're on there @unequalsequel and Instagram as well, which will still be around. Or you can just send us a good old email, unequalsequel@hotmail.com. Let us know what you thought of John Wick 4, and we will read out your comments in the end of month roundup episode. We've got loads of other episodes for you to go back and listen to, so do that. Go and hit the auto download button, hit the subscribe button, and we'll drop into your pod player of choice every single week. Also, if you really like us and you want some extra, like quite a lot of people have done the last couple of weeks.
Thank you.
Get yourself on. Thank you. Get yourself onto anotherslice.com/unequalsequel. And there's a load of extra stuff on there too. We've got Box Set Mentality, said it right, Disenfranchised. We've got some other movie reviews that we can't fit into our weekly round episodes. And we've also got, for our interview episodes, extra little sequels to all our interview episodes where we talk about extra things with our guests. So go along to that. That's anotherslice.com/unequalsequel. It's only $2.99 a month. But we do understand if that's not in budget at the moment, then you can really help us out by giving us a little review. 5 stars would be lovely. A tick or a heart or whatever it is in your pod player of choice. And if you're on Apple, just tap us out a little review telling people how brilliant we are and we don't have annoying voices.
We
love those reviews.
Yeah, with Another Slice, we guarantee an extra two episodes a month of goodness, and then whatever else we can fit in.
And they're not like mini episodes either.
No,
it's at least 2 good chunky half-hour episodes.
We have to watch films and talk about them, guys. It's hard work.
Yeah. It's tough.
Next week, Murder Mystery 2. It is out now on Netflix. So
I have seen it.
Rich has watched it. I still haven't watched either of these, so I'm going to try and squeeze them in the next week.
I watched both of them. I binged the two of them together.
Okay, but just no one can listen, but give me a face what you think I'm going to think. Fair enough. Okay, so that's coming next week. I've got nothing else to say, so it is a goodbye from me until next time, and a goodbye from him.
Bye!
See you on next week's episode, which was a sequel to this week's episode. Until then, I was going to do a John Wick reference, but my mind, I was going to... Yeah, I'm back. Yeah. Bye. What's your favourite John Wick quote? You can't say
isn't it? It's just got to be
guns. Lots of guns. I need guns.
I can't think of any John Wick quotes, to be honest.
Guns. I need guns. Fair enough.